Hi everybody, this is Alchemist2 and I'm back again with another book review. This is written by an anonymous, actually it was written by an actual girl who was addicted to drugs, and it's very short, but it's very disturbing, but it's really exceptionally written. It just shows the downward spiral that drugs can take in somebody's life. And I recommend it to anybody who is even considering starting a gateway drug or getting hooked on anything hard, because it doesn't sugarcoat anything. And the ending is very depressing, to say the least, but it's very eye-opening. And I'm just glad to say that I never have done drugs in my lifetime, because it's just a very deleterious process and very insidious. And though this is written for teenagers, I think anybody can pick it up and just get hooked on it from the get-go immediately. And it's actually a very sad story, but very realistic, because this sort of thing happens all the time, and that's what makes it even more important, I feel. I am going to be donating it to my local half-price books, and I'm hoping that whoever reads it will get the best out of it, because I already know the nefarious effects of drugs. And actually, I could say myself that I had been addicted, because back when I was in college, I would go onto eBay and I would just buy whatever I wanted, because I felt like I was privy to that, and I didn't really know that I was actually stealing from my parents. So it wasn't a very kind thing to do. Actually, it was very selfish and dumb. But I love the thrill of the auction itself and the adrenaline rush that it gave me, especially if I outbid somebody else who was going to take claim of what I thought was mine. But I'm glad I got over that, because when I was into eBay and when I became addicted to it, I was a totally different person. I wasn't who I am today. I'm more well-rounded and basically a better person all around. But from that, I can actually talk to other people. I mean, it's not the same as being hooked on a drug that can potentially kill you, but it did have the same deleterious effects on my relationship with my parents, because they could no longer trust me, and I had to build trust with my parents again. And it was just a very difficult process. But this book reminded me of that, and it's just more of the same, except it's just in a different context. And I overcame mine. Thank God. It wasn't easy, and I didn't like who I was when I had been addicted to eBay, because I was snippy, I was crabby, I was irritable, I was very hard to get along with. I generally was not a nice person whatsoever. I didn't recognize myself, and one time I actually looked at myself in the mirror and thought, who are you? What have you done with your original self that that helps people, the self that goes out of its way to make other people's lives better and does its best to motivate others? That self had essentially died. And I thought, I have to resurrect that self. I have to become who I really want to be. And I think that this book can give you the insight, even though it's not considered... Well, actually, if you read the very first page, it says that this was written 1971, actually. Yeah. The very first page says, "Go Ask Alice" is based on the actual diary of a 15-year-old drug user is not a definitive statement on the middle-class teenage drug world. It doesn't offer any solutions. It is, however, a highly personal and specific chronicle. As such, we hope it will provide insights into the increasingly complicated world in which we live. Names, dates, and places, and certain events have been changed in accordance to the wishes of those concerned. It's really quite a jarring book. It definitely opened my eyes, and I think that everybody who's even considering getting pressured by so-called friends should reconsider and read this book because it'll definitely open their eyes.